Zach Simmons will jump up against Omari Spellman to begin the game. Opening tap, and here we go, Eberlein Drive. Last year played in the Wichita Regional, lost in the third round as the top seed, lost to Florida TNT. Trying to win this regional and try and get to a quarterfinal later on next week. Slaughter, baseline shot, and he scores the game's first two.
Tough bucket right there. The first thing I noticed when I look on the court, the bleed green do not have much size. If I was Eberlein, I'm attacking Zachary Simmons, get him in foul trouble because they do not have a lot of size. Good shot right there.
Wendell Mitchell knocks in a three to get the the bleed green team on the board, and it's a 1-point game. Bleed green by 1. Eberlein Drive has had success in this tournament over the years. Lost in the finals to Overseas Elite in 2018, made it to the quarterfinals, lost to eventual champion Carmen's Crew in 2019. 2020 in the bubble, eliminated due to a COVID-19 positive case. The 2 seed, one of the better teams here on paper in TBT, especially in the Wichita Regional. Slaughter for 3, puts it in. A.J. Slaughter has all 5 Eberlein Drive points, 5-3. Eberlein Drive by 2.
You can tell Slaughter is feeling it. The first off balance, one leg shot goes in. The second 3 goes in. Might have a big night.
Here's Mitchell, one-on-one against Slaughter. Might have been partially blocked by Slaughter. Taken by Spellman for Eberlein Drive. Here comes Shaq Buchanan running the point for Eberlein Drive, clad in white. They slip it inside, ball knocked away. First turnover on the drive. And a reach-in foul call to the backcourt. It's on Omari Spellman, and that's his first. There's Andre Shaw, coach of the Bleed Green. He played at Division III's Western New England University in Springfield, Massachusetts. Scored over 1,000 points in his collegiate career.
Love this matchup right here. Shannon Shorter and Marcus Thornton.
Tough fadeaway, crawls off. Rebound by Spellman for Eberlein Drive. Here comes Slaughter. To Buchanan, Thornton, catch and release 3. Might have been partially blocked. Caught on the miss in the air by Shorter. Here comes Bleed Green.
He has a mismatch, clear out.
Shorter, Simmons, perimeter jump shot, and it goes in for Zach Simmons, his first 2 points of the game. 6'10" center who played at North Texas for 4 years, from 2017 to 2021.
They're going to ask a lot out of Zach Simmons tonight because, like I talked about earlier, the size of Bleed Green, they don't have much of it. So they're going to have to ask a lot of Zach Simmons, and he must stay out of foul trouble.
So 2 turnovers on Eberlein Drive, tied at 5, 6:27 to go here in the first quarter. Game 1 of 4 here today from Wichita on the ESPN family of networks. Here's Simmons. They wave off the shot and whistle blown. And what do we have?
The offer was the offer. Hang on. We go back. So we shoot one, and we go ball. Okay. We're going to shoot one and come back.
Oh, wow. Something you really don't see a lot.
All right, we want Shaq on Jefferson, right?
Hey, Shaq. Match up, one. Hey.
Score.
So A.J. Slaughter
Marcus.
at the line for 1 shot.
Starting 21, Siggers.
Puts it in, he has
AJ.
6.
You're here, Stevens.
You know, out of all my years of doing,
Out of bounds or baseball?
being an analyst, I don't think I've ever seen a team have 6 players on the court at one time.
That was the 1-shot technical. 6 players on the court at one time. You can't do it. That's an illegal advantage.
Here. We got it. We got it.
Good catch by our officiating crew. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, yep, 6. 6 green shirts.
I have never seen that. That's just something that doesn't happen that often because you would think that the person coming in the game would call somebody's name to come get him out.
You would think.
I mean, you're a pro. You would think so.
Buchanan lost it. Got it back, out of bounds. Stays with Eberlein Drive on this end. Eberlein Drive, its name comes from an actual street in the suburbs of Detroit, Michigan. The general manager of this team, one of them, Jacob Hirschman, he and his friends grew up playing on Eberlein Drive. They decided to put a team together for TBT in the first ever year, 2014, based on the street where they played pickup games. And Sports Illustrated ran an article that year in 2014 saying that Eberlein Drive was the worst team on paper in TBT. This team has really improved over the years. Played for the title 4 years ago in 2018.
Right here, somebody has to step over on the pick and roll. Cannot let the big fella just get an easy lane, and when you do, you have to foul to prevent the 2 points.
Foul shot missed by Omari Spellman. Played 1 year at Villanova. Played on that 2018 national championship team. Drafted in round 1, pick number 30 by the Hawks in the 2018 NBA draft. One of two for Spellman, his first point of the game. Eberlein Drive in the lead by 2. 3 minutes and change gone by in the first quarter. Siggers from 19 feet puts it in. Jason Siggers, his first 2 points of the game. And you know him very well, don't you?
Yeah, Siggers is a guy who I've grown up playing against. I mean, he's a little bit older than me, but after being a pro, a lot of open runs, just seeing him, working out with him, he can fill it up. The mid-range jumper, he's a very smart player, knows how to use his body, create angles, create separation. He's a really smart player.
Shot blocked on the other end by Eberlein Drive, taken by Slaughter. His pocket is picked by Shorter. Ball tipped out of bounds, and the officials confer. They say it goes back to Eberlein, to Bleed Green. 3 turnovers now by Eberlein Drive in the first quarter. Here comes the Bleed Green with Shorter, Stevens, Simmons, Jefferson, and Siggers. Tie game at 7. 5:05 to go here in the first quarter. Siggers from the foul line, not this time. Rebound skied for by Spellman for Eberlein Drive. Into the hands of A.J. Slaughter. Slaughter for 3. Puts it in. A.J. Slaughter, his second 3 of the game. He has 9 of Eberlein Drive's 10 points here in the first quarter.
He's feeling it right now. The big must step up on that ball screen. He's hit 2.
Stevens tries to answer for a 3. That's missed. Rebound by Spellman. Outlet pass to Isaiah Reese. Now they go inside to Mayo. Mayo backs in on Shorter. Tough fadeaway. Banks it in. Nick Mayo's first 2 of the game. And now 3 Eberlein Drive players have scored here in the first quarter.
That's where Eberlein Drive has to attack. They have to go down low, go inside, because they definitely have the size advantage.
No shot. They wave off
That's an and
the shot
one.
of the floor. Foul first on the floor.
That's an and one. I don't care. I don't care what you look at. That's an and one. That should be an and one. Doesn't take a dribble after the foul. That's an and one. You're a pro. We're playing pro basketball. That right there is continuation. And one. He goes straight up. It's an and one.
So we are playing primarily with NCAA men's basketball rules, a little bit of professional FIBA rules as well. And the NBA rule of 6 fouls when you're out instead of 5 like it is in college. Spellman down the lane, missing off the glass. Rebound by Shorter. Quick outlet pass goes towards us. We're open, but we can't play.
Look.
And we get a timeout on the court. 3:59 to go in the first. Eberlein Drive leads it by 5. TBT is presented by Puma Basketball and by E&J Brandy, the official spirit of TBT.
We're all stocked up this summer at Paramus Hyundai. The Stocked Up Summer event is here, and so is your chance to find the vehicle and savings you're after, like the all-new, all-impressive 2022 Santa Fe, now available for the Paramus Hyundai price of only $359 a month. $359, and with new shipments arriving daily, plus the ability to pre-order the exact vehicle you want, we're making summer even better. Don't miss the Stocked Up Summer event now at Paramus Hyundai. There's more on Ford.
This pepperoni did not get here by accident. Oh, no, no. It was carefully placed here by hand by a pizza maker at Papa John's. And they didn't stop just because they hit the crust. They took all that pepperoni and hand-stuffed it inside. That signature pepperoni recipe giving every bite a little extra bite. A kick in every melty pull. Get yourself the new epic pepperoni stuffed crust pizza, only at Papa John's.
We talked about the NBA experience these guys have in Eberlein Drive, but who we didn't mention? A.J. Slaughter, and he brought his A game today. Absolutely draining it from the three. They need to find him and step up, because if they don't, this man is in for a big, big night.
A.J. Slaughter, 9 of the team's 12 points so far. 2 summers ago, A.J. Slaughter suffered a heart attack while getting ready for TBT. He had surgery to put a stent in his heart, and his career was in jeopardy. Eventually, he signed with a team in Spain, proved he could play without any restrictions. Now he's on this Eberlein Drive team and playing in TBT 2022. Shorter comes up short on the finger roll. Rebound by Eberlein Drive. Coward down low, lays it in. First 2 points of the game for Darnell Coward, and Eberlein Drive has doubled up on Bleed Green. Shorter, collision no call, shot blocked away out of bounds. Stays with Eberlein Drive, or correction, a Bleed Green underneath.
Too much one-on-one right now. Every single possession, it's the Bleed Green trying to take that man off the bounce. They need more ball movement, more pick and roll action, too much one-on-one.
The Bleed Green, 3 of 12 so far from the floor, 25%. Shot clock at 6. Siggers, pull up jump shot, curls off the rim for him. Out of bounds, stays down here with Bleed Green. So what do you want to see more of from Bleed Green?
More side-to-side movement. I mean, every single time it's one pass, let me take my man off the bounce. Swing it, see if you can get the defense to rotate and play out of a closeout.
Bleed Green 0 for its last 7 from the field. Shorter. Rebound Coward for Eberlein Drive into the hands of Isaiah Reese. Stolen by Bleed Green. 4th turnover on Eberlein Drive. Shot for 3 is up and missed by Jefferson. High rebound offensively, and that dunk attempt is missed by Jackson. And the rebound by Eberlein Drive, and a reach and foul, 94 feet away from the basket. It's on Jackson, his first.
Those are the plays that you have to come up with. You have to get 2 points out of that. You get a good rebound, you have to go score that. Then you foul 94 feet away from the basket. Not smart. Now you have foul number 3 with 2 minutes and 47 seconds to go. You have to score this right here, man. You're a pro. You got to go finish that, get 2 points, down by 7. You must score that.
A double whammy for Jackson. He misses the jam and then commits a foul. 94 feet from the basket. Here's Slaughter. 9 of the team's 14 points so far for Eberlein Drive. Slaughter got tangled up. He's limping, hurt his foot.
Oh, man.
He might have turned an ankle. He's going straight to the dressing room. Perhaps. There's Matt Brazzi, head coach. Does he roll an ankle here? Ooh, yeah.
Oh.
Ooh. Oh, goodness.
Oh.
Ooh.
Yeah, we hope he's okay. We'll get that thing taped up. I feel like he's a tough guy, though. Everything he's went through in his life, he's a tough guy. I feel like he'll be back.
Steal by Bleed Green, up the floor, Shorter. Goes up against Tima and lays it in.
That was a great pass, a 60-foot pass right there from Stevens. That's a great finish for Shorter. That's how you finish.
First 2 points of the game for Shorter. Bleed Green had missed its last 10 shots consecutively before that drought was ended a moment ago on that end of the floor. Here's Coward inside, banks it in. Darnell Coward muscling his way inside, 6'8" forward out of Murray State. Shorter into the lane, finds a cutting Bell, and he's fouled, and Thomas Bell will head to the line and shoot 2.
Look at this great pass right here from Stevens. Look at him, puts her right where it needs to go. And great finish. And on the other side, big fella with the moves. Put him in a spin cycle, Good soft touch right there.
Thomas Bell makes the first free throw, played 3 years at North Texas, finished up this past season, averaged 12 points a game in 2021-22, named to the Conference USA All-Defensive Team this past season. 6'6" forward, knocks it down, his first 2 points of the game. Bleed Green cut it down to 5, 16-11 inside 2 minutes to go here in the first.
Right now with Simmons on the bench, it'll be interesting to see with Thomas Bell guarding the 5. Will Eberlein Drive try to go down low and exploit the mismatch?
Shot for 3 goes in by Sylvain Francisco. Instant offense off the bench. Kind of like Vinnie Johnson, the microwave.
Ooh.
Heats up in a hurry.
I tell you, you know you went to Baylor? I see what you did there, Brock.
Like that?
I like that.
Turnover on Bleed Green. Here's Reese. Catch and shoot 3. And it's good by Isaiah Reese. His first points of the game. A dead-eye shooter from Canisius. And Eberlein Drive has his biggest lead of the game of 11. 1 minute to go here in the first.
Look, we talk about going to the inside, but right now the Eberlein Drive is hidden from the perimeter. First, Francisco with the 3 and then the pass to Reese. I know they better guard the outside because Eberlein is heating up.
Stevens. Tough shot goes in. Tough fadeaway for Jordan Stevens from the corner. His first 2 points of the game.
That's a much needed shot. Game slowly getting away from you. They definitely needed that bucket.
Tima, a deep 3. That rims out on him. Rebound by Bleed Green. Here's Stevens leading the break. Left-handed shot for 2 goes in. Along 2 by Stevens. His second basket, his 4th point.
Hey, Jordan Stevens is a guy that can get hot really, really fast. Talking about the microwave, how he can heat up. Jordan Stevens is one of those guys. Sees the ball go in a few times. His confidence grows. He can get going.
3 seconds differential between the shot clock and the game clock as we wind down the first quarter of the game. Francisco with 5, step back 3, no. Weak side rebound, Buchanan scores. Shaq Buchanan on the offensive putback, his first 2 of the game. And that shot is too late by Shorter. That's the end of the first quarter. At the end of 1 here in Wichita, it is Eberlein Drive 24 and Bleed Green 15. You're watching the Wichita Regional, Day 1 and Game 1 here in the Sunflower State, TBT 2022 on ESPN3.
We're so happy. We'll have that again. You can't keep a cat in a cage. Dear Countess.
Pause for hydration. Stop for nothing. Hydrate with Essentia ionized alkaline water.
The only place to get your official TBT gear is in the TBT store. Support your favorite team and TBT by picking up a hoodie or t-shirt today. Visit store.thetournament.com. Brock Bowling, King McClure with you. Wichita, Kansas. Day 1, Game 1 of the Wichita Regional. Right now, Eberlein Drive leads Bleed Green 24-15. As Eberlein Drive shot 64% in the first quarter, 31% for Bleed Green. Shot missing by Bleed Green. Rebound by Eberlein Drive. Into the hands now of Thornton. Backdoor pass inside Buchanan. Shot blocked and rejected by Bell. Out of bounds, it stays with Eberlein Drive underneath.
Marcus Thornton has been pretty quiet tonight. Most NBA experience on the court. Let's look to see if he can try to get going this half.
Catch and shoot 3, missed by Thornton. Rebound Bell in the lane on the quick outlet pass to Jefferson. Spot up 3 up in the air. Rebound by Reese for Eberlein Drive. So Eberlein Drive is without A.J. Slaughter right now, King. What adjustments, if any, does Eberlein Drive have to make without A.J. on the floor?
You have to find offense somewhere else, but fortunately they have enough guards on their team to be able to do that. Shaq Buchanan just came off the Summer League performance. Marcus Stoyton, 8+ years of experience. Francisco Silva, you've seen him get hot too. They have guys who can replace him.
Giannis Tima with a putback 2. Here's Jefferson for Bleed Green. One-on-one against Tima. Jefferson.
Too much one-on-one right there.
Got it back. Inside Shorter. Lays it in.
Got bailed out, but too much one-on-one right there. Too many people standing around. No movement on the offensive end. Oh, that's tough.
Buchanan, tough shot. Missing off the window. Rebound by Simmons. Outlet pass to Shorter. Bleed Green trying to take advantage. Wide open shot by Jefferson is good. He tickles the twine with a 3. His first points of the game. He's down to single digits. Actually, it's down to 2 possessions, 26-20. Here's Marcus Thornton. Talked about him in the open of our show today. To Tima, veteran Latin player from Latvia. Shot clock inside of 10. Reese against Bell. Stops on a dime and drops it a 2.
That's nice right there. The ability to stop right there with a quick turnaround. That's a tough bucket.
Shorter. Rebound Buchanan for Eberlein Drive. Leading by 8. In transition is Reese. Tima, that's a 3. Rebound Bell, skies high with a rebound for the Bleed Green. Jefferson, his catch and shoot 3 is short. Rebound, back and forth we go. A lot of missed shots here in this last stanza. Up the floor, 3-on-1. Bell falls down, throws it to Tima.
Play getting a little sloppy. They need somebody out here to control the pace. Open pass.
Tima scores, lays it in, the assist from Cowens. Sort of Keystone Cops there for a minute. Back and forth and nothing happening, but finally a shot goes in by Tima. Stevens, give and go to Simmons, and he's fouled at the last second. Simmons will head to the line and shoot 2.
Ooh, I don't know if that was a foul. But let's take a look at this pass right here. Big fella showing us his dimes. Good advance, great kick from Buchanan. Oh, with the no look, I love it. Showing the versatility.
At the line, Zach Simmons for Bleed Green. First free throw is good. He has 3 points. Simmons played 4 years in North Texas. From 2017 to 2021, started 199 games. You're doing something right if you start 199
yeah, I'm about to say that. That's a lot of games. Hold on. 199 games in North Texas. That is a lot of games.
I think that includes, well, we'll get to the math in a second.
Yeah, I mean, we got to do the math on that one because that's a lot of games, especially in 4 years, unless you got more than 4.
So Slaughter is back on the bench for Eberlein Drive. He went out with a rolled ankle or a foot. Back on the bench. Sitting behind Amari Spellman on the bench over there. Hopefully he's able to come back and play. Buchanan. Missed. Mayo out to Tima for 3. Rebound Stevens for Bleed Green.
Tima's not going to miss too many. You got to have somebody guard him and be right there on the release.
Siggers all the way, scores a 2. Jason Siggers, the second basket of the game. Bleed Green hanging around, only down 2 possessions, 30-24. Here's Tima. Thornton's hands, been a little quiet so far today in the first half, and he's fouled on his way to the cup. He'll head to the line and shoot 2. for this Eberlein Drive team. Last year, a #1 seed here in Wichita. General manager Matt Mitchell says this team is deeper. It's stronger this year at all positions. It's a good pick and pop team. It'll hit a lot of threes, and it'll shred the floor. There's head coach Matt Brazzi talking to his team. First shot missed by Thornton, and Marcus Thornton's share should Eberlein Drive win the TBT. It'll be over $58,000 sent with Zelle. Fans can win too. Visit thetournament.com/Zelle for information. Oh for 2 at the strike. Siggers driving, kicks it out. Jackson, shorter in the corner. Siggers, open 3. And the rebound on the weak side by Shorter. Jackson, his 3 is good. Ron Jackson's first points of the game. And it's down to a 1-possession game at 30-27.
That might have been the best possession we've seen from Bleed Green all game. They swung, hit the extra, hit the one more. Great possession on that end, but you got to get a stop on this end.
Isaiah Reese scores an easy 2 on the other end for Eberlein Drive. Back and forth we go. Shorter is fouled on the baseline. He will shoot 2.
Great ball movement leads to a good shot. Look at the cut, the extra one more pass. Could have been on a dime, but it's okay. It's a bucket anyways. And this guy right here, Shannon Short, is playing much bigger than what he really is. Only 6'3", 6'4", but getting rebounds, sticking his nose in there. Playing like he's about 6'7", 6'8" right now.
Shorter hits the free throw. He's a veteran player who knows how to fight through adversity. King, he was homeless for a short time when he was younger. Got out of that situation, and he wasn't a high-level scorer in college, according to the staff, but they say he's put in the work to improve. Played at Texas A&M 1 year, 2 years at North Texas, played this past year in Croatia.
Man, it's amazing how the round ball, this basketball, can change your life and take you to places you thought you would never see. He went from being homeless to being able to travel the world and seeing places a lot of people don't get to see in America. It's crazy how much this game of basketball can do for people.
1 for 2 at the line. First miss at the line by Bleed Green. Here comes Eberlein Drive, up by 4. Spellman. Fadeaway 3, got it.
Oh.
Omari Spellman from deep knocks in a 3. His first basket of the game. He has 4 points.
Oh, that looked good. All right, Omari.
Siggers, the left-handed floater is good by Siggers. Give him 3 baskets, 6 points for the game. And Bleed Green hanging around. Under 4 minutes to go in the first half. Second quarter, Eberlein Drive by 5 points.
Bleed Green is one of those teams that they're just not going to die. They aren't going anywhere. They're going to compete. That is the culture that North Texas has, and they are going to have that exact same culture today. Omari Spellman showing us why he was drafted number 30. He's not just the inside beast. He can do it on the perimeter, too.
Why do we raise a glass? Are we proud of our team? Do we cheer to a life-changing win? To the thrill of shooting our shot? Or just the fact that we made it here in the first place? To us, it's simple. We raise a glass to say, we're a family, and it's time to celebrate with E&J Brandy.
Welcome to Subway's biggest refresh yet. They're drafting 12 new subs for their all-new Subway Series menu. This is exciting, Tony.
Oh, you've never seen stats like this before, Chuck. The new Monster has juicy steak and crispy bacon.
Dang, but what about the new Boss? Meatballs covered in marinara, coupled with fresh mozzarella. It looks so good. It makes me hangry.
Did you say hangry?
And pepperoni, too.
Pepperoni? Now I'm hangry.
The new Subway Series. What's your pick?
Back here in Wichita, Kansas. Another region just started today as well over in Syracuse. The Syracuse Regional Second game of the day right now, the NG Saints taking on Blue Collar U. As you see some of the action there, and someone just got whacked in the face.
Yeah, that's definitely intentional. Or maybe a flagrant, honestly.
So there you see A.J. Slaughter in the chair with his teammates. Rolled his left ankle earlier, went off the court, has not come back into the game yet. Hopefully he'll be okay, but that's a big blow to Eberlein Drive. So here's Bleed Green. Down 2 possessions, 5 points. Shot off the mark by Siggers, and the rebound by Marcus Thornton for Eberlein Drive. Again, played in this Wichita Regional last year, lost in the 3rd round as a 1 seed, lost to the 5 seed Florida TNT, and the staff said they felt last year in that game against Florida TNT that the team just got complacent. And General Manager Matt Mitchell says he wants this team to focus, show up, respect all opponents each and every time out on this floor in Wichita. Miller, collision, no call. Here they come. Eberlein Drive, 3-on-2. Spot up 3 by Thornton is good. And Marcus Thornton has his first points of the game.
Now, I'm not a referee, right? But that right there, Brock, was a foul.
Shorter, no. Put back, yes, by Wendell Mitchell, who's into the game for his 5th point of the night. Mayo rims out. Rebound Shorter for Bleed Green. Bleed Green was down double digits. Now down to single digits, only at 6 points to deficit, and that foul, a turnover out of bounds off of Bleed Green, their 4th. So what do you make of the pace of this this game? Who does it favor? How do you like it? What do you think?
Yeah, I think the pace definitely favors the Bleed Green because they're shorter, and they can push the tempo, they can speed it up. They have more guards on the court. So I think the pace definitely favors Bleed Green, which is why they're able to hang around.
Spellman goes up with a jam. It bounces out on him. Fight for the rebound. Spellman had it, lost it, got it back outside Francisco. 3. Rebound by Bell for Bleed Green. The quick outlet pass to Stevens. Bleed Green can chip away at the lead some more as Bell lost it out of bounds off of Bell. Goes back over to Eberlein Drive. 5th turnover on Bleed Green.
Your corner, Sil.
Under 100 seconds to go here in the first half, second quarter. Eberlein Drive by 6. Shaq Buchanan. This is that 3. Skying for the rebound is Bell for Bleed Green. Shorter spots up for 3. Rebound Buchanan for Eberlein Drive, and now Eberlein Drive wants to push. Buchanan all the way, lays it in. Second basket for Shaq Buchanan. He has 4 points in the game. On the other end, the floater is good by Jordan Stevens. He has 6. Approaching 1 minute to go here in the first half. Second quarter. 6-point lead for Eberlein Drive. Here's Francisco Dipsy-Doo, and he scores.
That's good patience right there. Put the defender in jail, kept him on his back with the fake, saw the big jump over. Good layup right there.
Quick timeout taken by the Bleed Green. That possession was a little ragged, so they call timeout.
Sylvan Francisco right here. Look at him right here. Puts him in jail. Good patience. Pass fake, got the big slide over. Francisco with the creativity in the lane.
Quick timeout taken by Bleed Green. Shooting percentages, Eberlein Drive now shooting 33%. They've cooled off since the first quarter. Bleed Green shooting 41%.
You're in. 1 through 5. We all got a box out and rebound. Switch 1 through 5.
There you see Matt Brazzi, head coach of Eberlein Drive. Again, we mentioned he's the grandson of Lute Olson, played for his grandfather at Arizona back in the day. Here's Jefferson out of the timeout. Had an open shot for a moment. Mismatch against Kyrie Walker. Shot clock at 6. Shorter over Thornton. Tough shot. Nearly banked it in. Offensive rebound, or correction, defensive rebound by Walker. Shot clock turned off inside. 25 seconds to go here in the second quarter.
Kyrie Walker, the high school phenom.
10 seconds to go. Walker dribbles inside. Leaves it short, rebound Bell. Up the floor, stolen. Turnover on Bleed Green. Half court heave, good if it goes. It is off the mark by Buchanan. And halftime is here. Eberlein Drive, the number 2 seed in the Wichita Regional, has an 8-point lead at the break. Halftime score.
Yeah, they moved the ball a little bit better. It's a very balanced scoring attack we see from both teams. Stevens is a guy who I think can really have a big second half. But for Eberlein Drive, I mean, it started off with A.J. Slaughter, went out the game early, but they have guards who can pick it up like this guy right here. Shaq Buchanan can pick up the scoring. Great guard, especially in the open court. But A.J. Slaughter started it all, got them rolling, and then right here on this play, tough play, went down. I hope he's okay, hope he can bounce back, but they need to pick him up. They need another guard to pick up this second half in order to keep this lead.
Yeah, A.J. Slaughter came out of the game. He has not returned. Still icing that left ankle on the bench. Here's a look at the first half stats. And look at the shooting percentages. Eberlein Drive 44%, Bleed Green 35%. Points in the paint in favor of Eberlein Drive. 17 players have scored in this game. As we start the third quarter play, Eberlein Drive by 8, 42-34. Reese spinning around, little pirouette, leaves the jump shot short. Rebound by Bleed Green. Stevens slips it inside and turns it over. Turnover on Bleed Green, number 7 in the game. All the way scoring. No, not scoring is Thornton, but on the tip. It's good by Shaq Buchanan. The ball was halfway down, spun out, but Buchanan there for the cleanup. And now Eberlein Drive up by 10, 44-34. Bell, good no-look pass. Stevens puts a high arcing shot up in the air, and it's good by Stevens, his 8th point of the game, 4th basket for Jordan Stevens.
Stevens has to get going. They have to get him going in order to cut this lead down.
Turnover on Eberlein Drive. Here's Jefferson out ahead of the pack. Lays it up and in by Brandon Jefferson. He has 5. 7 turnovers on Eberlein Drive. Down to a 6-point game. There's Reese, picked up by Stevens. Skip pass in the corner. Thornton, short on that 3. Rebound Simmons for Bleed Green. First ever time in TBT for the Bleed Green North Texas alumni team. Shot for 3 misses by Stevens. Rebound Spellman for Eberlein Drive. And you see Shaq Buchanan saying, slow down. Let's slow down the offense, get a good shot. Mayo stumbles out to Spellman, a deep 3, puts it in. Wow, what a shot by Omari Spellman, his second 3 of the game. He has 7 points. And a reach-in foul down low on Eberlein Drive.
Sheesh. Omari Spellman right here. Letting it fly. That's twice today. Shooting it down, shooting it from a deep range. Super versatile. I love what we're seeing from Omari Spellman.
Yeah, he wanted a 4-point play.
Yeah, he might have flopped. He might have flopped a little bit right there, man.
All right, so King, A.J. Slaughter continues to be out of the game with that ankle injury that he rolled in the first quarter. How does Bleed Green attack here against this Eberlein Drive team?
Well, if I'm Bleed Green, I'm really putting Amari Spellman in the pick and roll. I mean, big fella, we got to test his mobility, see if he can guard in the perimeter, and put him in a lot of pick and roll situations, see what you can create. Like right there, maybe through a better pass, it might have been a bucket, but put the big fella in situations to where you can have advantages and make them play out of closeouts.
Reach and foul called on Jefferson. That's his second. Again, this is an open application tournament. All these players in TBT either chose or were chosen to play for these teams. 64-team field, single elimination event. 8 regionals, 8 winners of the regionals go on to the quarterfinals and semis next week. As that alley-oop lob is broken up, taken by Bleed Green. Shot for 3 by Jefferson is good. He's heating it up. He has his second 3 of the game. He has 8 points, and the lead is down to 6. Buchanan all the way, left hand, no, he can't finish. Rebound, Bell throws it away. Reese for 3, yes. Isaiah Reese with a 3, his second of the game. He's now in double figures with 10 points. Terrible turnover.
That's a tough turnover right now. Play getting a little bit sloppy. See if they can control it, get the pace under control.
Shorter trying to create. Out to Stevens. Shot up over Mayo. It's short this time. Rebound Spellman. Throws it away again. Stevens, a 3. Puts it in. Another 3 by Stevens for Bleed Green. He has 11 points in the game. The lead is down to 6. And a timeout taken by Eberlein Drive.
Things getting a little sloppy. Careless turnovers. You cannot turn the ball over in your own side of the court, because if you do, bad things will happen, as we see these last 2 possessions. 2 easy, wide open threes because of careless turnovers.
TBT action continues across the country throughout August 2nd, when we'll crown the $1 million champion. Get your tickets to any of TBT's regional sites or the final rounds in Dayton at thetournament.com/tickets. You and I have 2 of the better seats in the house. Charles Koch Arena, Wichita, Kansas. There's Andre Shaw, head coach of Bleed Green. Coach Shaw, he originally is from New York City. He attended 4 different high schools in 4 different states. Solid. That's hard to do.
Yeah.
But he pulled it off.
That's pretty tough. That's a lot of traveling.
Reese, Spellman in the corner. Francisco wide open. 3 goes in for Francisco. His second tray of the game. He has 8 points.
That's just good basketball right there. Hit the skip pass. Amari Spellman hit the 1 more in the corner. Easy shot. That's great basketball.
Jefferson out to Shorter. The pump fake over Reese. Shot for 3 short. Rebound. Bell's been very active on both ends of the glass. Collision. They called an offensive foul on Bell.
This is the right call right here. Way to take it. Shaq Buchanan stepped up. That's a charge.
Thomas Bell named to the Conference USA All-Defensive Team this past year at North Texas. Coach Shaw calls him a tough 4-man who plays well on the perimeter as well. He's worked on his shot, plays with that dog mentality. Plays aggressively, reach and foul called on Shorter. And Coach Shaw said before the game that he likes the versatility in this team of Bleed Green. It has a lot of interchangeable parts. His guards shoot well. Says it's a good group of guys that are determined to win. Playing in their first ever TBT. Extra pass, out of bounds, stays with Eberlein Drive.
Now, Isaiah Reese has played really well tonight. Not a guy who we really would expect to play well when you have A.J. Slaughter and Marcus Thornton. but he's really taken that lead as the point guard and been that guy who can not just score but facilitate and get Eberlein Drive into their offense.
Mayo, catch and shoot three, short. Rebound offensively by Reese. Foul line jumper goes in by Reese. He now has 12 points in the game. And Eberlein Drive extending the lead to 9. Jefferson's three is good for Bleed Green. That's his third three of the game. He has 11 points. And the guard play keeping Bleed Green in this game. Down 8, approaching 4 minutes to go, third quarter.
Hey, Brandon Jefferson can do that. I mean, in college, he averaged 22 points per game in a season. He's known to get buckets.
Nick Mayo flies down the lane. Left-handed jam by Mayo. Nice assist by Buchanan, and Mayo has 4 points. Jefferson. That's another three by Jefferson. He's keeping Bleed Green in this game. He has 4 threes in the game. He has 14 points. Lead is 7. The lob and the slam thrown down by Spellman. The assist from Sylvain Francisco. 9 points for Spellman. 9-point lead for Eberlein Drive. Here's a mismatch. Jefferson on Spellman. In the corner, catch and shoot three. Not this time. Rebound Buchanan for Eberlein Drive. And the outlet pass over to Reese. Reese, a three. Rebound Simmons. Under 3 minutes to go here in the third quarter. Shorter left wide open, and he hits a three.
It's a good sign right there. Shorter has been struggling today, and that's a good sign for him to see his first one go in.
8 points for Shorter. That's his first three. Here comes Eberlein Drive, leading by 6, and a reach-in foul called on Stevens. And we get a timeout on the court.
Omari Spellman going up, catching the lob, and on the other end, Shannon Shorter wasn't short on this one.
We're so happy.
Booking.com, finding perfect isn't all that difficult. Beachfront property, no problem. Kitchen, how are you guys? Got it. And EV charging. Find your perfect place to stay. Booking.com, booking.yeah.
Hey, you here? Chuck, I want you to set this for Jason, right? Jason, you're going right into a pick and pop. Ron, you're gonna follow with a quick one. Ron, you're gonna follow with a quick one. Chuck, after you set this one, you're going out. You spacing up here, Shannon. You spacing up here. So look, we're gonna set this zipper right into a ball screen. You popping, Ron, you're gonna follow, right? We're gonna see if we can turn the corner, see if we can get this lob. Right? See if we get this lob. So Chuck,
In the Huddle is brought to you by Puma Basketball. Andre Shaw talking to his team, trying to set something up here on the next possession. It's down to 6. The lead is down to 6.
That was good execution. They got a great look out of it, just a missed shot.
Cowart missing the floater. His putback, though, is good. Wasn't boxed out. He has his third basket, his 6th point of the game. The lead is 8. Under 2 minutes to go in the third. Shorter. Siggers, Mitchell, 3, no. Rebound, Cowart again on the glass for Eberlein Drive. Francisco to Tima in the corner, Buchanan for 3, got it! Oh, what ball movement by Eberlein Drive, a 3 goes down for Buchanan. His first tray of the game, he has 9 points, and the lead is just like that, up to 11.
Eberlein Drive is sharing the ball really well right now. That's why they're taking the lead, being able to take easy shots and make these easy shots, because they're sharing the ball really well.
Francisco finds Tima behind the back, bounce pass, Reese for 3, not this time for Eberlein Drive. Rebound by Jackson on the weak side for Bleed Green. Shorter bulldozing his way down the lane, and he scores. Shorter with 10. Lead back to single digits with a minute to go here in the third quarter. Francisco, wide open, Buchanan spots it up, and he way overshoots that three. Rebound on the weak side by Bleed Green.
Oh, it's still a good look. Look at the looks that Eberlein is getting compared to the looks that Bleed Green is getting.
Shorter. Rebound, Eberlein Drive. About a 3-second differential between the shot clock and the game clock as we wind down quarter number 3. Ten to shoot. Shot clock at 5. Here's Francisco. Whips it into Coward. Collects himself. Fouled with 3 on the shot clock. Fouled by Shorter, his second. And Coward will head to the line to shoot 2.
Francisco off a pick and roll is so dangerous. He takes his time. He's always looking, always sees the mismatch or the advantage or the open guy. I love Francisco in this ball screen action.
Coward makes the first free throw. And for Darnell Coward, if his team, Eberlein Drive, wins TBT, his winning prize will be sent with Zell. His prize will be $58,823. Fans can win too. Visit thetournament.com/Zell for information. 2 seconds to go here in the quarter. Siggers fouled on the floor for Bleed Green. So 1.4 to go here in the third quarter. Bell to inbound, Shorter, 3 at the buzzer, missed, and that's the end of the third quarter. Eberlein Drive by 10 after 3, fourth quarter coming up here on ESPN3. TBT is presented by Puma Basketball and by Sling TV, the official streaming partner of TBT. Back in Wichita, here are the tickets punched so far to the quarterfinals. The Gutter Cats, Americana for Autism, Florida TNT, and Heartfire. They are all in, still to be determined. The Syracuse Regional here in Wichita as well, West Virginia, and Dayton. Exciting stuff, King. Quarterfinals halfway filled.
And you have some good teams. Out of those 4 teams, I think all 4 of those have a legit chance to win the TBT and win the $1 million. So it should be interesting. And you have 4 more regions with great teams in it as well. So I'm looking forward to the rest of the tournament.
Yeah, and keep in mind, you saw the Gutter Cats. They won the Omaha Regional last weekend. The Gutter Cats will come here to play the winner of the Wichita Regional in a quarterfinal game on Wednesday night, July 27th. So 1 quarterfinal game is here in Wichita. The other 3 are in Dayton. Semis and title game in Dayton as well. As we go for the chase for $1 million for one of these teams here in TBT. Shot for 3 missed by Buchanan. Rebound by Bleed Green. Out of bounds. Turnover on Bleed Green, number 11. So you played in TBT last year. Your team did not win the $1 million, but what does it take for a TBT team to go far in this event?
It takes a lot of focus because in a moment like this, Bleed Green is down by 10. Right now, you're no longer playing the clock. You're playing the score. You have to cut the lead down piece by piece, right? Normally, it's like, okay, we have 8 minutes to score this amount of points. No. Because at the end of the day, once they shut the clock off and it's the Elam ending, it's all about scoring. So you have to slowly cut down the lead piece by piece and try to get on the run.
Shot for three, missed by Siggers. Offensive rebound, Shorter. Reverse layup, no. Rebound by Kyrie Walker for Eberlein Drive. Taken away, though, by Jefferson for Bleed Green. Shorter, step back three, got it. Shannon Shorter, his second three of the game. He has 13. Bleed Green trying to hang around, down 12. Make it a down 11. 7:28 to go.
That's a big shot right there. Now you just have to slowly get stops and get buckets. That's all the fourth quarter is about.
Correction, a 9-point lead now for Eberlein Drive. They're slow to put the points on the scoreboard. Now they got it. Rebound by Bleed Green. Here's Shorter. Good defense by Francisco into Bell's hands. Left-handed shot. Got it back. Score the basket and one for Thomas Bell. His first field goal of the game. A chance for a three-point play.
Thomas Bell getting it done on both sides. Look at the blocking on the other side, the bucket, the strong take, getting his own rebound, and one.
Thomas Bell at the line. His winning prize money will be sent with Zell should Bleed Green win TBT. His share, $62,500. Fans can win too. Visit thetournament.com/Zell for information. Cowart in the lane, tough shot, and he puts it in. Wow, he's been so active on both ends of the floor. He has 11 points in the game. Lead is 9 for Eberlein Drive, 69-60.
You know, his footwork and his touchdown low is so impressive. He's honestly been the best big in this game.
Bell bumped, fouled by Cowart.
Look at the footwork right here by Cowart. Twinkle toes in the paint right there. Cowart with the spin move and a pretty touch off the glass.
Timeout taken, a 30-second timeout. Let's listen in on the Bleed Green huddle.
So, let's go Jordan. Let's go Shannon. Let's go BJ, Thomas, Jason, right? Set the screen, and you coming off here, right? You got it? You got it? Let's go.
That's in the huddle, presented by Puma Basketball. Andre Shaw played at Western New England University, a Division III school in Springfield, Massachusetts. Scored over 1,000 career points. The director of basketball operations currently at North Texas, now coaching this Bleed Green team, the North Texas alumni team, in its first ever appearance in TBT. Siggers stopped. Here's Shorter, 8 to shoot.
Going too much with the ball.
Turns it over, number 12 on Bleed Green. Francisco flies up the floor, and he leaves it short. Missed the bunny. Out of bounds to Bleed Green. All right, so King, we're a little bit over 2 minutes away from the start of the Elam ending. Bleed Green is down 9. Bleed Green is down 7. What kind of a chance do you give Bleed Green? What do they need to be down by to have a shot at the Elam?
Down by 7 right now. I'd say down by 4. You're 4 or less, that's very manageable. Maybe 6, but 4 or less is very manageable, and I think they can do it.
Turnover on Eberlein Drive. Here comes Bleed Green. Jefferson, he's been hot here in the second half. That's a long three by Jefferson. It's good. Oh, what a shot by Jefferson. 17 points in the game. He has 5 threes in the game, and it's a 4-point lead for Eberlein Drive.
Bleed Green is one of those teams, talked about it earlier, they're not going anywhere. They will not die. They will continue to stay in this game because they fight. That is the culture that is at North Texas, and that's the culture that Andre Shaw and his team will have. Deep three right there. This team isn't going anywhere.
Is that about a 30-footer?
Yeah, it might have been. You know, I'm not really good with the metric system.
At least a 25. Here's Reese. Missing from three. Rebound Jefferson. Bleed Green could cut it down to 2 or 1 points here in the fourth quarter. 5 minutes to go. Bell spinning in the lane. Drops it in for 2. Bell with 6 points, and now the lead is down to 2.
You know, I kind of like that right there. I like this Jefferson Bell pick and roll action, putting Spellman in the pick and roll, making him guard. I really like that. They need to keep going to that.
You see the run, 12-2 run by Bleed Green in just over 3 minutes.
See, this is why we love TBT, because they're not playing the clock. It's all about scoring.
Francisco draws the contact and the foul, missing the shot. He'll head to the line and shoot 2.
Hey, I think this is the matchup they can exploit right now. Thomas Bell in the pick and roll. Make Omari Spellman guard, because Thomas Bell truly is not really a post player. He is more of a perimeter player who plays down low because of his versatility. Exploit that matchup.
Sylvain Francisco at the line, played high school basketball in Florida. Went to France, played for 3 different club teams, played this past year in Spain. And the coaching staff calls Francisco a dynamic point guard, extremely athletic, gets to the rim for layups, dunks. So they say defensively he will pick you up 94 feet. They say he's kind of a pest on deep. Makes both. Lead is back up to 4 for Eberlein Drive. 4:20 to go. And 20 seconds to go until the Elam ending begins.
Don't be surprised if they hold it till the last, till under 4 minutes to call timeout.
Yep.
Uh-oh.
Now the timeout is called by Matt Brazzi. Target score will be 79. First team to 79 points wins this game. Elam ending coming up in a moment on ESPN 3. Time now for the Elam ending. And the slingshot, the Elam ending, is presented by Sling TV, home of the best deal for streaming sports, news, and entertainment. Here are the rules for the Elam ending, sponsored by Sling. First stoppage, under 4 minutes to go in the game. The game clock shuts off. Shot clock still in effect. They'll add 8 points to the leading team's score to set the target score. First team to reach the target score wins the game. All games end on a slingshot for the winner. First team to 79 wins. Reese inside, missed, and did not hit the rim on the shot. Shot clock violation. Turnover on Eberlein Drive. It's 13th of the game.
Down by 4 with the Elam ending. This is very manageable for Bleed Green.
Here comes Bleed Green. Trailed by as many as 11 points on a couple of different occasions in this game. Now down just 4. At the start of the Elam ending. Shorter forcing up a long 3, and he rims it in there for Shorter. Another 3 by Shorter, his 3rd of the game. All 3 of his 3s in the second half. 16 points for Shorter, and the lead is down to 1.
That's a tough shot right there. Oh,
Steal
big
by
steal.
Siggers, out ahead of the pack. He'll drive, and he misses the layup. It falls out of his hands. Rebound taken by Buchanan, and Eberlein Drive. It just slipped out of his hands as he went up for the layup try, hit the glass, and came up empty. 1 point game.
Got to get another stop right here if you Bleed Green.
Buchanan step over 3, no. Rebound by Bell, and Bleed Green can take the lead on this trip. Had a chance a moment ago. Came up empty.
The defense right there by Francisco. Just being a pest, being able to fight over those ball screens.
Shorter backs in, goes to the fadeaway, and it crawls off. Rebound by Spellman. for Eberlein Drive. 1 point game. Eberlein Drive still looking for its first point so far during the Elam inning. Reach-in foul called on Bell for Bleed Green is second. And you mentioned that Bleed Green needed to be 4 points or under entering the Elam inning. They were down 4, now just down 1. You got to think the confidence is brewing here for Bleed Green.
Yeah, you hit one shot, now it's a 2-point game. Or if you hit a 3, now it's a 1-point game.
Reese for 3. Put back attempt missed by Mayo. Rebound shorter for Bleed Green. Here comes Bell. Down the lane. Tough shot. Out of bounds. Stays with Bleed Green underneath.
Bell should have kicked that. Should have kicked that to the corner. Jason Siggers wide open. Nobody within 3 feet of him. Should have kicked that up. Look how open he is in the corner. Nobody within 3 feet of him. Wide open. Should have kicked that. Gave that up earlier.
Stevens in the trees, tough fadeaway, off the mark, rebound by Buchanan. Eberlein Drive has numbers. Bell took a fall down as he fell down hard on the other end. Shot for 3 in the corner is up and missed by Amari Spellman. Here comes Shannon Shorter. Numbers for Bleed Green. Siggers back to Shorter. 18 points for Shannon Shorter, 13 since the halftime break, and the Bleed Green has a 1-point lead here in the Elam inning.
This is interesting right now. It seems like the Bleed Green kind of has the home crowd, and it's a lot of Wichita State and Kansas State fans here.
Spellman, offensive foul. They say he lowered his shoulder. Foul on Spellman, and they go back the other way.
That's not a good call, and the reason why, if you want the charge, you were always taught at Baylor. You have to fall and yell. Thomas Bell did not fall. This is not a good call. If you want it, fall as soon as you hit the contact. He did not fall, stood straight up. That is a block, not a charge. He beat him to the spot. All he had to do was fall and take it. I disagree with the call.
Bleed Green in the lead by 1 here in the Elam inning. First team to 79 wins. Shorter backs in on Francisco, making a cannon, I should say, and wow, what a shot by Shorter. Players trained all over him. He has a game-high 20 points, and now Bleed Green 5 points away from victory.
Oh, Shannon Shorter showing why we talked about him in the open right now, Brock, making us look real good.
Eberlein Drive has yet to score a point in the Elam inning. Reach-in foul called on Jason Siggers. That's his second.
This is a tough bucket right here, Shannon Shorter. The step back, because he shoots the ball behind his head, is so hard to contest. Good bucket, game on the line. Shannon Shorter wants the basketball.
Spellman gets away from the defender, goes inside, banks it in with the left hand. Wow, what a shot by Amari Spellman. He has 11. That's the first points by Eberlein Drive since the start of the Elam inning. 1 point game. Bleed Green with the ball in the lead by 1.
You have to keep going to who's hot. Going to Jefferson or Shorter right now?
And Shorter has the last 7 consecutive points for Bleed Green. That shot for 3 is way short by Jefferson, caught by Francisco. Francisco down the lane to the rack, and he is blocked out of bounds off of Shorter. Stays with Eberlein Drive underneath.
This is a great block right here. Shorter doing it on the offensive end and the defensive end. But here's what we have to pay attention to. Bleed Green has 4 fouls. On the 5th foul, the offensive team gets the free throw and the ball back. They cannot foul anymore.
Inside pass missed by Francisco underneath, and a late foul called on Bleed Green. It's on Jefferson. That's his 3rd of the game. He fouled Francisco, and Francisco a little shaken up.
Let me take a look at this one. That you can't call that. I disagree with that. I don't think that's a foul right there. That's out of his control. He dove for the ball. You cannot call that foul, especially game on the line, Elam ending. Now that puts Bleed Green at 5 fouls. Now every time they foul, Eberlein Drive gets a free throw and the ball back. This could come back to hurt him.
Here's Francisco. 6'1" guard, played in Spain this past year. Spent several years in France. First free throw is good. Give him 11 points in the game off the bench.
Good sign for Eberlein Drive. A.J. Slaughter has been standing up on the sideline, has been over there cheering, clapping on his teammates, talking a little bit of trash. Good sign for Eberlein Drive to see him on his feet.
He goes 2 for 2. Eberlein Drive, 7 of 11 at the line. Eberlein Drive back in the lead by 1. Now Bleed Green with the ball. Here's Stevens. Timeout taken by Andre Shaw and Bleed Green. And how about Shannon Shorter, King, in the fourth quarter and in the Elam ending. He's been outstanding here today, a game-high 20 points, and he has 3 threes.
Yeah, he struggled at first. We talked about him in the open, came out here and struggled, but look at this 3 right there from the logo. Shooting that from almost the parking lot, and the Kobe fadeaway right here. Shannon Shorter putting the team on his back. The vet, the experienced Dallas legend, not letting his team go anywhere.
He has 20 points. 15 of his 20 have come since the halftime break. He has 3 threes. He's made 8 shots. He's really carried this team here in the fourth quarter and during the Elam ending. Again, this is a young man who was homeless at one point in his youth.
Hey, let's go. Look. BJ. Yeah. BJ. You coming off? Yeah. Right? Shannon, you going opposite. You going, Jason, you going up? You're going to set the screen. Here we go, right? Hey, so Jason, you going here? You're going to loop over and set, you're setting it over here. BJ's going this way, you're setting it up this way. Hey.
That's in the huddle, presented by Puma Basketball. So what will the Bleed Green draw up here? Down 1, first team to 79 wins here during the Elam ending. Eight to shoot. Jefferson into the lane, all the way, scores for 2.
Jefferson has played extremely well tonight. Hit big shot after big shot after big shot. Now the Bleed Green has to get a stop on this end.
Jefferson with 19, and now Bleed Green back in the lead by 1. Shaq Buchanan into the lane over Bell. Count it and 1. Wow, what a tough shot by Buchanan. His 13th point of the game. And Eberlein Drive with a chance for a 3-point play.
Oh, this is a tough bucket, 1-on-1. Mano-a-mano. Take the contact. Shaq Buchanan. And 1.
So 1 shot for Shaq Buchanan. Played 2 years at Murray State. He spent the last 3 years in the NBA with the Memphis Grizzlies. And Eberlein Drive's staff said that Buchanan will be one of the most athletic guys we'll see in TBT this season. Completes the 3-point play. Eberlein Drive just 1 point away from the win. Bleed Green a 3-pointer away from the win. They can win it right here. Shorter for the win. No! Rebound by Thornton. And now Eberlein Drive can win it on this trip.
Have to get a stop. Big stop right here. Big stop. Shaq Buchanan wants it. 1-on-1 again. Mano-a-mano. Who will win this matchup?
Buchanan makes his move. Thornton for the win. Leaves it short. Rebound by Reese. Shot clock recess to 20. Reese in trouble. And a steal by Bleed Green. Turnover on Eberlein Drive, and now Bleed Green can win with a 3 right here. For the win, Jefferson, no, got it back. Offensive rebound, Stevens for the win. Yes! That's your slingshot winner.
Oh, wow.
And Eberlein Drive is defeated. The upset goes to Bleed Green. In its first ever TBT, Bleed Green, the North Texas alumni team, as a 7 seed knocks off the 2 seed Eberlein Drive, and Bleed Green is going to the second round tomorrow night.
Brock, this is what happens. You let teams stay in the game. They gain confidence. You don't put them away, and they end up winning ball games.
This year, E&J Brandy is awarding $10,000 to the team with the best post-game celebration. And now Bleed Green will celebrate and put its name